When you're asleep, your brain physically locks out your muscles so you don't jump out of bed and act out your dreams. But when your body and your brain fail to synchronize, two things can happen. If your body wakes up while your mind is still resting, you're capable of wandering around only to wake up the next morning with little to no memory of what you did. But sometimes your mind wakes up while your body is still completely shut down. If this happens, you're supposed to be asleep, so your brain panics and keeps the dream engine running with your eyes wide open. You're left completely frozen in your bed, forced to stare at whatever your mind is dreaming directly into your bedroom in real life.
They cut a hole into the side of a healthy cow and fit a plastic ring with a lid into the opening, making a permanent window into its stomach. Once it heals, vets can open the lid and reach their entire arm inside. You see, the mush inside is actually a gold mine of healthy bacteria. Knowing this, they would pull it out and feed it to a sick cow that's having trouble digesting food. This jumpstarts the sick cow's digestive system, saving its life. They took hundreds of thousands of brain cells from humans and mice and placed them in a petri dish. They then wired those neurons to a computer running a simple version of Pong. You see, they wanted to prove that even without a body, brain cells could learn from mistakes and solve problems. They received tiny signals telling them exactly where the ball was. If the neurons hit it, the system rewarded them with a clear signal they liked. But if they missed, the neurons were blasted with random noise they didn't like. It wasn't long before the neurons started to learn. In fact, this biological intelligence figured out the game faster than AIs trained the same way. They would take a spinach leaf and soak it in a special detergent to strip away its plant cells. This solution dissolves all of the green plant matter, leaving only a clear cellulose skeleton behind. They then injected this clear leaf with the cells of a human heart. You see, the veins in spinach are nearly identical to human blood vessels, so once the cells latched on, they began to contract in unison, causing the leaf to beat just like living heart tissue. This could eventually allow doctors to use plant-based patches to regenerate human organs. The cat would walk up to a patient's bed, jump onto their chest, and quietly curl up beside them. Hours later, that person would pass away. You see, this wasn't just any ordinary cat. This was Oscar, a therapy cat at a nursing home with a special ability. For reasons no one fully understands, Oscar seemed to know when someone was about to pass away. If someone still had time, Oscar would just sniff around and leave. But if he decided to stay by your side, they knew it was over for them. And it wasn't just a one-off thing. He did it again and again, accurately predicting more than 50 passings. Some people think he could smell chemical changes in the body right before passing away, but no one really knows how he did it. As he was talking to the press, people at home started noticing that something was off. Next to the officers, a woman moved her hands as if doing sign language. At first, everyone assumed she was an official interpreter, but viewers noticed her movements were getting more and more ridiculous. They quickly realized she was literally making things up as she went. Turns out, some random woman had just walked into the conference, said she was there to interpret for no reason, and they let her in, no questions asked. It was only later that people discovered she had a long criminal record of fraud. A giant sunfish at an aquarium suddenly stopped eating for seemingly no reason. It just floated around, rubbing against the glass like something was wrong. The staff checked if it was sick, but found nothing. That's until one of them noticed something strange. The sunfish only started acting like this after the aquarium closed for renovations, when no one was coming to see it anymore. This meant it wasn't sick, it was just lonely. So the staff printed photos of people's faces, stuck them on uniforms, and placed them in front of the tank. The next day, the sunfish started waving its fins like it was happy to see them, and eating like never before.
As scientists were drilling 100 feet into the Siberian permafrost, they suddenly hit a layer of ice that hadn't seen the sun in 30,000 years. Inside that frozen tomb, they discovered an ancient virus bigger than any other virus in the world. When they warmed it up in the lab, it woke up from its 300-century-long nap, and it immediately began to hunt and infect the microscopic amoeba nearby. Luckily, it didn't infect humans or animals, but we don't know what else could be hiding under there. If you tape half a ping pong ball over each of your eyes, shine a red light on your face, and then play static for a few minutes, you will lose your mind. You see, this setup blocks out anything from the outside, overwhelming your senses and putting you in a state where your brain actually panics so much from the lack of information that it would start making stuff up. Your mind would try filling in the void with random images, hallucinations like horses in the clouds, or hearing voices in your head.
Wake up!
If you touch something and your atoms align in just the perfect way, there's an extremely low chance you could phase right through it like a ghost. But this is statistically impossible. You see, atoms are surrounded by a layer of energy that pushes away other atoms like a magnet. As you press your hand against a surface, the atoms in your skin and the atoms in the object repel each other so strongly that they can never truly touch. But this creates a microscopic space that separates you no matter how hard you push. So you've never actually touched anything in your entire life. You've never touched grass, and she technically didn't cheat on you. But if you somehow forced them to come in contact, they would fuse together and trigger a